Hey guys, Tad here from Attack of the Killer Podcast with a Patreon exclusive video update on our YouTube channel. As always, thank you for supporting Attack of the Killer Podcast on Patreon. We really appreciate all the attackers. You keep us going. So let's get right into it. I've got some new toys. Gonna start off with one that I've sat on for a while, and I'm just ready to start getting into these. But this one's sort of different because I found a new source for action figures, and as you know, I mean, it's sort of a weird thing, but you know from watching these, if you're a subscriber to our Patreon and you've watched any of these videos, you know that this is what I do. I open figures mostly on this YouTube channel and do unboxing videos. Well, I found a new source where you can buy loose figures, and I always display my action figures, as you know, as you can see behind me, and as you've seen on the tour of this room before, I unbox almost everything and put it on display. So I found this website called freshfigures.com, and they sell used, or not really used, but open action figures that are loose without the packaging. And I thought, man, if I can save a little bit of money and buy them loose, I will do that. And this is one that I actually saw at Target a few months ago, and I passed on it, and it's never made its way back, and I have yet to find another one in the wild. So I kicked myself for a while on missing it, and then I saw Fresh Figures had a used one for significantly cheaper with a good rate on the shipping, so I figured why not. They're guaranteed to be mint and contains all the accessories, just doesn't have the package. So what you're going to see is an unboxing of a figure that's already been unboxed, sort of, but technically this is a box and I'm unboxing it. So I'm still going to review the action figure, you just don't get to see the packaging. And this is new to me. I've never ordered from them, so we'll see how the experience goes. But I can already see I got a lot of packing peanuts I need to get rid of. Those are always fun. But the figure I am reviewing is the NECA Ultimate 2009, is it 2009? Yeah, remake, Jason Voorhees from the Platinum Dunes reboot of Friday the 13th. And I'm just sort of checking in the box real quick to make sure all the accessories are in that bag. But yeah, this is something that I wanted, and I'm glad I picked up. I was sort of on the fence on this one because it's not my favorite Jason look, and I don't think... I actually like the movie. I don't love it. I like it. But part of me is like, I don't really need that one. And then, of course, I missed out on it at Target. Go back to get it, or go back to look at it. It's gone. And I have that weird little thing in me that's like, if I see something and now it's gone, I have to have it because somebody else got it and I didn't. And I'm a completist. I have, counting one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 Jasons over there anyways. So what's one more? And it'd be sort of silly for me to buy all of them and not this one, right? I mean, great logic, right? Gets me through every day. But let's get to opening. So now I'm sort of unbagging him, but this is the Ultimate Jason. It comes with all the accessories, just like a new figure would. You just don't get to see the packaging. So hopefully this will be a shorter review for your sake. Yeah, he's awesome. Like I said, it's not my favorite look, and I'm sure if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what he looks like. He's sort of homeless looking. He's got the layers. He looks sort of like a basic white girl going to get her Starbucks. He's got like some kind of weird vest over a jacket, and he's got some military type pants with like he has like a little man purse over here, strapped to his leg. He's got the dirty undershirt, and this Jason is very just sort of very more modern. I mean, he's got the yellowed mask, and he's got long blonde locks, like Fabio over here. What people have been criticizing about this figure, and I think it's a good criticism is when you take off the mask, which he can be unmasked, the hairline is extremely ugly. What they've done with the hair on this figure, it's a separate piece and it stops where the strap goes around. I'm not sure why they did that. I mean, you can see that the hair is sculpted to the head and the top, and then these pieces of yellow hair on the back are actually separately molded and attached to the head, which is pretty damn ugly. It looks really sort of stupid. They line up, but it's like he has really thin hair on the top and then suddenly he has thick hair on the back. And I guess they figure we won't display it without the mask. Without the mask, so it doesn't really matter, but it does matter. I think it's sort of ugly, but the face is actually pretty good paint and sculpt. They have it, very accurate to the movie. See if I can get it to focus there. But it's a face only a mother could love, as you would expect with any Jason. But they've painted the skin tone very sort of stippled, I guess the word would be, and it's got a gloss on the skin, which makes him look sort of wet and sweaty and gross, sort of like I am in real life. And they've done a good job with the details. I didn't pick up the original release on this, and I'm glad I sort of waited because the Ultimate one, as always, I'm not a huge fan of the diaper crotch on these guys, but they've done a great job on the details. There's a lot of highlights on his jacket that are gloss that you can sort of see shimmer when I move here in the camera. And he also has some more on the back. I don't know if it's supposed to be like it's wet or he's wounded or what it is, but it's a cool feature. He's got the ripped up legs. This is one thing I like about these compared to like the Freddy figures, is that they have to do all new tooling for these because this guy is nothing like any other Jason in the film, so they can't just reuse a body, they can't reuse anything. They might reuse hands, I don't know, but he's got all kinds of articulation. He's got the NECA, shoulders, elbows, hands, head, and this guy's got that thick ass neck, like he's a bodybuilder sort of. And yeah, he looks great for what he is. It comes with the alternate sack head, which in the movie he starts off with this, like the first opening kill he's wearing this, and it's definitely creepy. It's sort of, an homage to part 2 Jason, where he wears the mask or the sack over his head, but this one's like tightly wrapped around his head. They had to do something a little different. Comes with obviously his mask. I'm surprised they didn't do like a battle damaged or scratched up mask or something, because that's what NECA likes to do, reuse the same accessories with new paint stuff. Came with his axe, or I guess you'd hatchet because he has a short handle. Comes with sort of a pickaxe. Sort of a fireplace poker. I'm thinking that's what that is. A screwdriver or ice pick of some kind. Pretty large. And then, of course, you can't have Jason without the machete. And I applaud them for doing something like this. It's a different machete than they normally use on the other ones. It has like a wrapped handle, so it's movie accurate. So you can sort of see, like I said, unmasked head. When you put it on, that strap sort of covers up that ugly seam in the head, but it still doesn't look great. But I saw some that had some major problems with the seams on the mask. Mine has, excuse me, a little bit of that, where you can see on this, I don't know if it'll focus, but you can sort of see a seam line on the actual mold of the mask where it probably came out of the mold and left a little bit of a dent. But let's switch heads and see what he looks like. If I can get this head off. Always makes me a little bit nervous. There we go. And we'll put on the other head. You can sort of see what he looks like with the sack head. I always appreciate that they include this kind of stuff, but I don't know who would display their Jason figure unless you had 2 of them with the sack head. He only wears it for a little bit in the movie, and it's sort of a cool look, but Jason has a hockey mask. Unless it's a part 2 figure, we know Jason wears a damn hockey mask, and that's what people know and love. So I don't give these toys a number rating or anything, but I highly recommend this one. It's really cool. It's bulky. I like I feel like I got my money's worth, even when I paid less for it because it's already been unboxed. But he's nice and heavy. Oh, and he comes with an extra hand, I'm guessing, to hold a different weapon, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like the same hand, to be honest, but maybe it can hold the axe versus the machete or something. I don't know. But I recommend this one. It's really cool. I passed it up, got a second chance at it, already opened loose. Glad I picked it up. It's the sculpt on this thing, the paint apps are really good. And as always with NECAs, Jason figures they've knocked out of the park. I'm running out of room for these guys, but I'll keep buying them as long as they keep making them. It sounds like they're done making them because of the Friday the 13th rights issues, but yeah, that's my review. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Catch you next time on Attack of the Killer Podcast.